opinions and laughter, mixing transfer news is what you're after. The perfect match, Kate and Jim, getting at it. Kate and Jim are gonna smash it. Reviews, previews, opinions and laughter, mixing transfer news is what you're after. The perfect match, the perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. The perfect match, the perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. Keeps a positive spin while Kate's doing the Mickey hazard name dropping. Gets you out of the blue like let me stop rubbing, or she's flip flopping. Hell, this place is popping. The perfect match, Kate and Jim, getting at it. Kate and Jim, I gotta smash it. Reviews, previews, opinions and laughter, mixing transfer news is what you're after. A perfect match, the perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. The perfect match, the perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. Jimbo always keeps a positive spin while Kate's doing the Mickey hazard name dropping. Gets you out of the blue like let me stop rubbing, or she's flip flopping. Hell, this place is popping. Perfect match, Kate and Jim, getting at it. Kate and Jim are gonna smash it. Reviews, previews, opinions and laughter, mixing transfer news is what you're after. The perfect match, the perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. The perfect match, the perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. Jim always keeps a positive spin while Kate's doing the Mickey hazard name dropping. Gets you out of the blue and let you stop rubbing, or she's flip flopping. Hell, this place is popping. Always keeps a positive spin while Kate's doing the Mickey hazard name dropping. Gets you out of the blue like let me stop rubbing, or she's flip flopping. Hell, this place is popping.
Welcome back to Kate and Jimbo. I don't know what that music was.
It's me. It was me.
Why are you making funny noises?
I couldn't get it off my phone.
Oh my God, I thought I was in a circus for a minute. Hope everyone is well. It is Thursday, the 25th of September. I think it's hang on, what are we? 3 months today will be Christmas Day. Just going to put it out there. And today, my Christmas tablecloth arrived, as well as my new Christmas t-shirt. So Christmas time is literally around the corner. Jimbo, how are you doing today?
Have we got no one in or what? So no one loves us no more?
No one likes us. So we might as well just sit and have a chat because, you know, we're doing it at home anyway. So we might as well do it on screen.
How many people's in?
Well, it keeps changing and flashing. So I'm not actually sure, but not many because we've not got any comments at all.
Think something's wrong?
I think people have decided they don't like us anymore.
Let me put Jimbo.
What?
I just seen if the comment come out.
Yeah, we've got one viewer and it's us.
Well, it's a waste of time, isn't it?
Look, well, I might as well ask you how you're doing.
Is this because we're doing it half hour earlier?
Maybe. It was your choice to do it at 12. People always expect us to be on at 12:30 and we're on at 12.
And come back out and come back in at 12:30.
Jim, just answer the question, darling. How are you?
I'm good, but you know how I am. If there's no one watching, what's the point?
Well, there's a few watching. There's there's 3 watching on Twitter. Big up. 3 watching on YouTube, 2 on X. But it's not our usual number of people. But then, like you say, we're half an hour early.
We'll just crack on.
Yeah, we'll just have a little chinwag for an hour or so.
All right,
if people come in, they do. If they don't, they don't.
All right.
It's a free country.
What do you want to talk about?
Well, I did want to talk about the football, actually.
No, we'll talk about the football then.
What? Obviously, Tottenham last night, 3-0 winners at home to Doncaster Rovers. Doncaster. I don't know how you say it. What did you make of the game?
Yeah, it was all right. It was the first half was good. I mean, I backed 5-0. I put £2 on 5-0. when he went 2-0 up in 20 minutes, whatever it was, I thought, yeah, I want a winner here. Then it kind of slowed off, didn't it? The first half was good. The second half was a little bit there. It was like they were going through the motions. There was no urgency, but there didn't have to be an urgency, did there?
No.
You know, so it was like they just took their foot off the pedal and thought, we'll just get through this game.
Which they did.
Get through with no injuries. And that's how I felt with the second half. But overall, yeah, very good because we got through.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of criticism for the team because it was only Doncaster, but we never looked in trouble. I know that we kind of did take our foot off the gas a little bit in the second half, and it was a little bit lethargic. But look, we got the job done, and we were never ever in any danger. I don't think they did come into the game a little bit, but they didn't really look like they were going to score.
No, they didn't, and it was like give him a chance to put. I think he only put one youngster on, didn't they?
Yeah, that Luke Williams Barnett, is it? Is that his name? Yeah. I think that's his name.
He put one of the youngsters on. He did all right when he come on. I thought he did try to take his player on, didn't he?
Yeah.
But yeah, it was. Look, it was. Them games are never easy, but for me, I think under Frank, we won't lose them games against the lower teams. When it was like Ange or Conte or Mourinho, I was always a bit worried because I don't think they took it very serious. But it looks like Frank's going to take these games seriously. He wants to win them. So I don't think we was ever in danger of losing, but it wasn't like a magnificent show.
What did you make of Kinski coming in as keeper? I thought he looked really solid.
Oh, he was brilliant. Then the one save he done was fantastic. Yeah, I thought he was. He's a solid keeper, Kate. We know that. And I like him a lot. You know, I mean, and there is an argument.
I was just going to ask that exact question. Is there an argument?
Who's number one for me?
Yeah. I thought he looked really good, considering he's had very limited game time. I thought he looked very, very good indeed. I know it was obviously against lower opposition, but you can only play what's in front of you.
Yeah, okay. A shot on target is a shot on target. Right? Don't matter who it's from. And that scissor kick their player done was going in the bottom corner, and he got down and pushed it onto the post. So it doesn't matter if that's Ronaldo or the guy from Doncaster.
Yeah, right? This is true.
Down in the bottom corner, and he saved it.
I mean, who was your man of the match?
I think Paulinho was my man of the match. I thought he was fantastic.
I agree. I think Danso and Paulinho are the two standouts on the night. Although Kinski has got a shout.
Yeah, of course he has.
With Paulinho, you could see the difference in quality amongst the other players in the team. He's just different gravy. I'm so happy that we've got this guy. Cuva coming in and saying, big up Kate and Jimbo. We're going to get bored of looking at all the trophies at the end of the season. Big up Cuva Bear. Hope you're all right. I mean, I'm pretty sure that we will get the deal done in January and sign Paulinho on a permanent contract. And for 25, 27 million, whatever he is, that sounds like a fantastic bit of business.
Yeah, of course it is. Yeah. Look, the guy's got a good few years left in him, right? And he never looks, after a game, he never looks tired to me. He never looks, some of them you see come off the pitch, they look absolutely knackered. He looks like he's just gone back. He's only just got on the pitch. You're right, Ed. He's obviously fit as a fiddle. I was watching an interview with him yesterday, and he loves it here.
Yeah, I saw that.
He loves the manager as well.
Big up, Ed. Good to see you. Obviously, while we're still on Paulinho, that goal, pretty special. Yeah, it won't get much. You watch, it won't get much coverage because it was against Doncaster, but he took it so well. Considering he's not a goal scorer,
and he hit right in part of the goal where there was the keeper was up the other end. It was a lovely goal. Took it so well.
Yeah, I do
But,
think that. Go on.
if you'd have got someone like a big name doing it, they'd have been talking about it for a month.
Yeah, of course. I think that I do think that when you look at the likes of Paulinho, and obviously I'm going to say Kudus, even though he didn't play yesterday, Simons, you do see that difference in quality to the likes of Tell and Johnson and those sort of players. Big up Luke Chapman, who's a Northampton Town fan. Big up to you. Nice to see you.
Luke.
I'll go to the next player on my list that we'll talk about. Kevin Danso came in last night, obviously one of the centre-backs. Was a bit of a warrior, I thought. He had to go off and have a couple of butterfly stitches on his head, if I remember rightly. But I thought he'd done really well. I think we've got an absolute class player there.
Yeah, I said this to Kate before. He even kicked a ball. But he was going to be brilliant for us, if you remember.
Yeah.
He's just an old-fashioned, get stuck in, well-hard centre-back. And, you know, if you've got Romero out or you've got Van der Ven out and he's standing in, you're not worried.
Yeah. You're
not sitting there thinking, oh, my God. Not like if you lost Van der Ven and you was putting, what's his name in? The one who went to Bayern Munich.
Big up Boris. Kane.
No, I can't even remember his name.
Who are you talking about?
The centre-back that went to Bayern Munich for one season. Our one. Someone tell me his name. I can't think.
I can't. No, I don't know who you're talking about. When? How long ago? Dyer.
Thank you, Luke.
Dyer.
Yeah, Dyer. If he was taking Van der Ven and he's putting Dyer in, you'd be like, oh my God.
This is Dyer.
You don't get that here.
No, he look, a very good player. Lucas Bergvall, yesterday. Did he start, Lucas Bergvall? He did, didn't he? No, he didn't start. So we're forgetting for a minute. Archie Gray started. Jimbo. Yeah, I agree with this, Ed. Danso's reliable. When he comes in, he won't let you down. I like him. I like him too. He is a proper old school centre-back. Not afraid at all to get stuck in. Archie Gray's getting a lot of people getting very excited about. I personally think Doncaster is kind of at his level at the minute. So he had his first decent game and now everyone's having a bit of a, wow, this guy is I think
it's a bit harsh. I think
majestic.
He's a better player than Doncaster standard, Kate.
Maybe.
No, yeah, he can only play the team that's in front of him, right? He stuck him on against Doncaster, and he wasn't. I don't think he was magnificent, right? But he was very good. He done his job, done it well. What?
Would you say decent, or would you say better than decent?
He done his job, done it well. Didn't make many mistakes, did he? Cracked on with his job, and I thought that he had a good game.
Yeah, I think
his standard is higher than Doncaster, Kate. That's really harsh.
Well, yeah, I mean, he played at Leeds, didn't he? So his level probably is Leeds. I don't think his level is Tottenham, I'm afraid. I'm sorry. Not yet. No, exactly. Kuva says, big up Luke. I used to play as Northampton on Football Manager way back when they had Ian Sampson and Ray Wolperton playing for them. So they have a soft spot in my heart. Kuva reliving his youth there. Another player who played last night that obviously hasn't been getting many starts is the only Brennan Johnson. Did get a goal at the end, but did he actually do anything else throughout the game?
Look, sorry.
Did we keeping you up, love?
No, I'm just thinking to myself, there's nowhere to hide with this manager, right?
Big up, sire.
He's not, and all you people that afternoon side answer, all the people out there that love Ange, right? I'm not having a go at Ange. Don't think I'm having a go at him. But there's nowhere to hide under Frank, right? Ange would persevere and play him and play him and play him. But look, to be fair to Ange, we had a lot of injuries, so he was kind of pushed into a corner. But with this manager, I don't think there's going to be anywhere to pull the wool over his eyes. If you're not cutting it, you ain't going to get in. And I think we've seen that with Johnson already. He's not been playing a lot, has he? And I think that Tell. All right, am I all right to go on to Tell and Odegaard?
You can do if you want to move on to them. You
in
can.
the same category, Kate. Right,
But just hold 1 second. Big up, Moondog. Not seen you for a little while. Hope you're well. And says, good afternoon, you beautiful people. Hope you're well. Thank you for the super chat, you legend. Hope all is good in Moondog land. Yeah, go on, Jim. You was going to go on to Tell and Odegaard.
I kind of put them in the same level as Johnson at the minute.
Yeah, I agree.
Where Johnson may be one little bit notch higher, because he's putting the ball in the back of the net. Why are you laughing? Because
that is exactly the words I was just going to say to you. Johnson may be a little bit higher because he scores.
Yeah, because he puts the ball in the back of the net, but he doesn't contribute a lot elsewhere. So it's kind of frustrating because, look, I'm very loyal to our players, you know that, and I think anybody who watches me knows that. But last season, I backed Johnson all the way because he was winning us games and keeping us in games with his goals. It's kind of different this season. He's going to have to pull his weight. And I think that people like, I didn't think Tell done, everybody was saying, I've seen everybody saying that Tell done shit yesterday and he was this and he was that. But he was getting in the right places yesterday, Tell, right? And he missed a couple. He didn't get his foot on the end of them.
I think every Spurs fan yesterday was praying that one of those chances was going to go in, because although we all moan about Tell, we all deep down want him to do well because he's our player. And I just think he looks absolutely devoid of confidence. And if one of those goals, like shots, go in, that could sort of give him the boost that he obviously desperately needs, but it wasn't to be.
He was getting some fantastic positions yesterday, and the ball was coming to him, but it was either coming a little bit too quick, or he was just behind it a bit.
Yeah.
So look, maybe it come with him, but I just think these players are on borrowed time if they don't kick in when they get their chances, because I don't think Frank is going to have players on the pitch that are not pulling their weight or doing what their job is. You know, and at the end of the day, I mean, Tell needs to score goals to be on the pitch. So,
I mean, do you see Tell's? I personally think Tell looks better down the middle rather than on the wing. I don't know what you think. Like you say, he was getting in good positions. He just couldn't finish his dinner.
Right, that's saying. Yeah, but I think he was a little bit unlucky. One of them come across like 100 miles an hour, and he just didn't get to it. It got past him before he got his foot tried to get his foot to it. And there was another one that I think I'm making excuses for him, that he was a little bit behind it. But I just want him to do. I want him to do well, but we'll see. We'll see.
Coover and Moondog talking about social media. Do you know what I've realised over the last few days? Social media is the same as virtual reality. It's not the real world. It is just a virtual reality. So I'm looking at it as that way from here on in. I'm laughing because I've just seen Coover's message. I think Tell looked best at the back in Munich.
Yeah, he did look a decent player back there, Coover.
It just shows you the difference in quality in the league as well. Obviously, my man Jed came back into the squad yesterday. I thought he had a good game. I think this guy is brilliant. I love his little bit of swag. The fans love him. He'd done his job. He'd done a couple of really good interceptions, I thought. What did you make of Jed Spence?
Look, just to go back to Tell for a second, I don't want to jump on the bandwagon and be the sheep that everyone else is saying that he's crap, he's this, that, and the other. I still think we got to give him a bit of time under Frank. You know, I said to the other day, give him 6 months, and we'll see where we are with him. Spence.
Yeah.
I mean, what can we say about Spence? He's just just phenomenal. He's I just love him, Kate. You know,
do too.
All that crap that he's got a bad attitude and he's this. What did I say at the time when people were saying that? We don't know what's going on in the background. You know, you don't know what's going on in his life. You don't know what's going on with like, first of all, Conte made it clear he didn't want him because the club bought him. you know, and how that must affect him. And I thought, get the right manager, right? Have a chat with him, tell him what a great player he is, and get him on the pitch and see what they can do. And Ange started the train rolling with that, and Frank's carried it on.
Yeah, I agree. 100%. I think Spence has proved all his doubters wrong and made Conte look like a bit of a mug, actually, if I'm honest.
But his attitude is fantastic. If you see him, I mean, I watch all the training sessions, and his attitude in training is brilliant, you know, and he plays with a smile on his face. If
he gets swapped out through Doggy, you never hear of him creating or having a whinge.
No, the other players love him as well.
Yeah.
He's always having a laugh and a joke with them. So, yeah, we've got a little gem there.
I agree. Rodrigo Bentancur had a few attempts at goal yesterday, which some of them were wild. But, I mean, when the lineup come out, I said I thought it was quite defensive, but I don't think it particularly was from watching the game. But what did you make of Bentancur? Just went about his job and got it done?
Yeah, that's what he always does. Goes about his job and does his job well. He doesn't get noticed sometimes because he does his job. He just does his job.
Yeah.
So sometimes he doesn't really get noticed. But he had that little flick yesterday, nearly went in the left-hand side of the goal. That was cheeky. But they're going to do that against teams like that, Kate. You know, because they got more space and get more chances. So, yeah, I thought he had a solid enough game.
This is a tough one, I think. Xavi Simons. I thought he looked really lively when we first kicked off. Hang on, let me read Moondog coming in with it. He does love a brace, does Moondog, coming in with another super chat saying attitude is okay as long as they perform on the pitch. Yep, 100% agree. Same with laughing and joking. You always see Basuma laughing and joking and being a bit of a joker with the players, but when you're reading stories that he's taking in balloons and whatnot, it's not acceptable. Thank you, Moondog, as always, for your support.
Yeah.
Big up as well to Shemtan saying, hey, Princess Kate, said Jimbo, hope you're well. We are good, thank you. Hope you and Mum are well. Yeah, Xavi Simons, what did you make of his performance yesterday?
I thought he did well, Kate. He didn't really take the game by the scruff of the neck, did he?
He didn't set the world on fire.
No, but he did well.
Yeah.
He kind of controlled the game really in the first half, didn't he? He did. I thought he did well.
He had a couple of shots. If I remember, he had one and he hit it right at the keeper, and he should have done better. But I think it was important that he played. I said I thought he'd get an hour, and he actually went off at 60 minutes, 15 seconds.
Yeah, I know. I remember you sitting there gloating. I said an hour.
I did, yeah. But I thought it was important that he got some minutes because he needs to get used to the team. He needs to get used to the Premier League. He needs to find his way in the middle. So I thought it was vital. He got some minutes. So I was delighted. And yeah, I mean, he probably would get a 7 out of 10 from me if we was doing player ratings because he did his job. He was just all right. Big up Shem says, wow. Princess Kate has an actual mega microphone now. We're big time, huh? Do you know what? It's just easier. My other one, my desk is tiny, right? And it sits next to this arm. And I was always knocking it and then it'd go off or it'd start echoing. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to treat myself to one with an arm. So I feel like a pop singer. I kind of feel like I should be recording today. This could be.
I got the little camera with the microphone in it. And it's as good as yours, I think.
It's not. It's not as clear as mine.
Well, I think it is. My picture looks clearer than yours.
We've got the same camera for the picture.
Oh, right. It looks clearer. Mine looks whiter, you know.
Yeah, because I've got a ring light.
Maybe because I'm quite sparkly and you're quite
No, it's
dull.
because I've got one of these.
Oh, right.
And I've got it on orange light, so I don't look quite as pale. Honestly, you are dopey sometimes.
I've never really looked at your setup.
My have Northampton Town third kit, black and pink. Oh, nice. I prefer Jimbo C, and that's not very nice. And Shem says you have the mega microphone, but Jimbo has the trophy. That's big time. Yes, I do have the cock though. I'm the one with the cock.
That is actually mine.
I was waiting.
Yours. I borrowed it to you up there.
I was waiting for that. Pedro Porro's come under some criticism for last night. I think unwarranted, but I don't know what you think, Jimbo.
Look, I don't get why we sit here and we have to dissect every single game, every single player, right?
Yeah, we are fans at the end of the day. We're not Sky Sports News.
Yeah, but why are we dissecting a 3-0 win over Doncaster, right? If Porro wasn't up to his usual standard, right? Why are we dissecting that? What has it come to when we're dissecting that? The guy's been phenomenal all season. Why are we dissecting if he had a bit of an off game? We never conceded, and we scored 3 goals. That's it.
Yeah.
We don't need to dissect every single player and slaughter players, and it was just it was a good game. It was all right. It was nothing that was like I'm going to sit back the next day and think, oh my God, we were unbelievable last night. We did the job. I mean, we did what we needed to do. Right now, we move on to the Wolves game. It's like, I mean, I don't just want to. How can we slaughter Porro?
Yeah, I know. Shem says Porro wasn't at fault last night. Johnson never came back to help him out defensively. That's the issue I have. I was just looking through the player ratings online, and the player with the lowest rating was Matthias Tell. And then the second lowest was Richarlison, whose first touch caused him to fall on the floor. I mean, you literally couldn't make it up. Big up, Lee. Good to see you. Hope you're well. You literally couldn't make it up with Richarlison. I mean, this guy, he starts the season off. He scores 2 absolute worldies. We all think, wow, it's a World Cup year. We're going to see the best in Richie. And he's basically just gone back to being Richie. He can't stay upright. He falls over if you just walk past him. He can't find a goal. I know he's our top scorer this year, but a couple of them goals he scored, I could have scored. They kind of were. The one where it went off him the other day, he nearly missed. I mean, the keeper got to it, and it was such an easy chance. But
so tell me, what did Matthias Tell get, and
6.
what did Johnson get?
Tell got 6, Richarlison 6.5, Johnson got 7.4. But he gets them points because he scores the goals. Yeah,
but if you look at the 3 players overall, right? For me, Tell was the better one. Yeah, he got into the right positions in the box, worked harder than them 2. So if you're going to talk about them 3, for me, Tell was the better player out of the 3 of them, except Johnson scored the goal, right, at the end. So you've got to give him the credit for that. But if you actually look at work ethic, and what they did in the game, I thought Tell was better than them 2.
Look, I completely understand and agree with what you're saying. But Johnson always seems to it's like a get out of jail free card. And it's a nice one to have because at the end of the day, he scored some clutch goals. I don't agree that it was a tap in. I thought he took it well. Big up Benji, all the way from Cornwall, saying, just popping in last day of Hollybobs. I did have a look at Mickey's pictures today, and it looks like you have had the most beautiful weather. It looks like you've had the best time. The food looked lovely. The views. I mean, I love Cornwall. It is a magnificent place. But enjoy your last day of your Hollybobs and send our love to Mickey as well. But thank you for popping in.
I echo that, Ben.
Coover said, I think Richie could be massively improved if he had an incredibly long pole run through his sleeves and across his back. The crowd can then operate him like it's table football. Barney says Johnson put across 2 sitters that Tell missed. The thing is, he does seem to have lost his.
That's why I said that.
Lost his mojo in front of goal, Tell, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Sometimes you think it was easier to score than it was to miss that.
Yeah, he just was one was behind him a bit too much with it, and one he was a bit too. I don't know if the ball's going too fast for him or what, but it was. I wouldn't say they were sitters. But they were good chances.
Yeah, send me some pics, Ben. Barney says Johnson had a decent game. It's funny, different people see different things. Yeah. I didn't see Johnson really do that much.
He did put a couple of good crosses in, but I just don't think he works hard enough. I honestly don't. As someone said, I think was it Lee or who was it who said it? It doesn't go back and help Porro enough.
Yeah, someone did say that.
Look, I'm not worried about it this year because Frank will sort it out. I'm sure of that. If they're not performing on the pitch, they won't be playing. I'm sure, unless we've got no other players and we've got a million injuries like last season.
Yeah. Yeah, it was Shemtan who said that Johnson doesn't go back and help him. Look, I kind of agree with what you said earlier. We did the job. We won 3-0. It wasn't the most entertaining game in the world, but who really cares? As long as you get through to the next round. I don't care. I've got to be honest. I couldn't give a monkeys as long as we get through to the next round. I'm not one of these people who think it was an absolutely abysmal game. I don't think it was that bad. I just think we got the job done against a poorer opposition. And like I say, that's all that matters. And the draw was done yesterday. And I know you probably can't see this, but I'm sure everyone probably knows the draw anyway. Arsenal at home, as always, to Brighton. Grimsby Town are at home to Brentford, and I'm going to put it out there. I fancy Grimsby to win that. Swansea are at home to Manchester City. Newcastle United are at home to Tottenham Hotspur. Wrexham versus Cardiff, an all Welsh affair. Liverpool at home to Palace, and not an easy game, although I would have much rather it had been at Palace. I think they would have had a real chance there. Wolves at home to Chelsea. Wickham are at home to Fulham. So, Jimbo, the one draw, well, the two draws I really, 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 really didn't want was Liverpool away or Newcastle away. And what did we get? Newcastle away.
Well, what about Arsenal away? Chelsea away.
Yeah, you're right. Chelsea away. Those four.
Yeah, let's be honest, right? And Arsenal away and Chelsea away would be, I think, harder games than Newcastle away.
Yeah.
And Liverpool away would be harder.
You wanted a home tie straight away. I mean, if we had Newcastle at home, I would be feeling quietly confident, but Newcastle away.
I'd be confident against anyone at home, right?
And yet our away form's better than our home form this year so far.
I would still rather be at home. But look, when they give us a few beatings the last few seasons at home, Newcastle, and I'm not worried. I'm not worried under Frank. We'll go up there and we'll make a good show of it. If we lose to them, it will be a close game. I can tell you that now. It's going to be a close game either way. What's that? What's he say? Put it this way.
Had Johnson received those crosses, it would have been 5-0. The crosses that you put him to tell. Yeah, and Jimbo did back 5-0 as well. I mean, we can't be playing that way against Newcastle away or we will get destroyed.
No, of course not.
But it will be a different team. As Shem says, when we watch Kudos on Saturday versus Wolves, see the difference in wingers. Yeah, of course. Our left wing position is so weak. But yeah, to put it bluntly, it was a poxy draw. I was absolutely gutted when it came out. But I suppose you're right, it could have been worse.
Why was you gutted, Kate? What?
Well, St James's Park's a horrible place to go, but if you're going to win it, you've got to beat everyone.
There's not many Premiership teams, right? You're going to go to their stadium, and it's going to be a nice place to go to. Most of them, it's going to be horrible to go to, right? And that is up there, Newcastle, with one of the worst ones in the Premier League. But we can go up there and win. Of course, we can. Why can't we go up there and win? You know, I mean, I saw someone this morning say on thing, well, we won't win that game. I mean, they're beat before they start.
Yeah.
I mean, of course we can go up there and beat Newcastle. They're not this team that are unbeatable.
You've got to remember they are the current holders as well.
Yeah, so what?
Do you remember when they said the games will be played?
I don't know.
Because I had it in my mind it's September, but it can't be because we're nearly at the end. Oh, yeah, the match to be played the week commencing Monday, 27th of October. So let's hope we've got no injuries before that game because we will need a fit side. Oh, no, Wolves haven't won a game all season. Isn't our match the game before the international break? Yikes.
Is it international break after Wolves?
I'm just looking when the international break is, because we're at Wolves this weekend. So it's not after this, is it? Don't say that. When is the next international break? September 1st and 9th. The next one is October. But I don't know when in October. Wolves is our game this weekend, so it's not this game, but Moondog coming in with a hat trick. Big up Moondog, saying, I'm not worried about Newcastle. Come on, you Spurs. Thanks, Moondog.
Thank you again. Third time. Look, I'm not worried about the international break. About things are going to change under this manager. You wait and see, right? Things that we like losing to Chelsea all the time, and he's going to break a lot of these ducks. I think he done the West Ham one. We hadn't won at West Ham for how long? At their ground, only drew or lost, and we beat them 3-0. It only just took over when we lost at the international break, the last one.
Our last game before the international break is Leeds away at 12:30. And then that's on the Saturday, and on the Monday, the international break is from the 6th to the 14th of October. So Leeds away is our last game before the international break, and it's a 12:30 kickoff next week. That hoodoo's got to be broken soon as well, surely. This whole we never win our last game before the international break. I mean, it can't just keep going on and on and on.
Yeah, of course not.
But obviously we will do match predictions, etc. Before the Newcastle game, when we know the team that we've got available to us. Anthony, 1985, good to see you, my love. Hope you're well. That's it, Leeds. So Jess will be happy. Yes, I'm sure Jess will be happy. But moving on to this weekend, Jimbo, we have got Wolves at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium at 8 p.m. on Saturday night. How are you feeling about that game?
Yeah, it's a late one, isn't it, for a Saturday?
Yeah.
They changed, didn't they? It was always
5:30 used to be the last game, didn't it?
Yeah, but I think is there a game at 5:30? There probably is. They've been playing 3 on a Saturday now.
Let's have a look at the fixtures. Oh, get rid of that. Get rid of this. You've got 5:30 Forest versus Sunderland, and then Spurs Wolves at 8.
Yeah. Not worried, Kate. We should beat Wolves. You know, as I said to you, like, if it was the form we was in last season, I'd be thinking, oh, they haven't won. It's bound to be the team, because with last season, it was teams that hadn't won or hadn't won away or whatever, and then they'd always beat us. But no, I'm very confident of this game.
Well, we have played Wolves 34 times. We've drawn 22 and lost. What? That's not right. It doesn't add up. Tottenham Hotspur versus Wolves. Let's have a look at the most recent games. I've got every game here since 1908.
They don't really do well against us.
Last year, they beat us 4-2 at their place, and we drew 2-2 at our place. The year before, we beat them 2-1. The Wolves won 2-1 at the Tottenham Stadium and beat us 2-1 at their place. Obviously, this was Ange Postecoglou's reign, so things are different now. They do have a good record against us.
It's different manager. We've got different players now. Some better players in there, better structure. So I'm not expecting.
I say they've got a good record against us. They have since 2023. Before then, not really. They lost 4 out of 5 between 2020 and 2022. So it's a bit of an up and down record. They're not great. We should be beating Wolves, surely.
Yeah, definitely.
At the weekend. Then Wolves go back to the snow, but then we go back to Bodo Glimt. Exactly. The games are coming thick and fast. Seem to be doing pump ups every few days at the minute. But look, this important game, I think, at the weekend. These are the games that we've stumbled on in recent years. We need to really, I suppose, what's the word I'm trying to say? not put a stamp on the top 5 and cement our position.
Look, the thing is, right, we're in third in a minute. Well, I think we're on the same points as Arsenal, and they're better in front of us on goal difference. Look, so these are the games, right, where you've got to stamp your authority, right?
That's it. That's what it was.
If you want to stay up there in the top 4, right, which I expect us to be at the end of the season, right, barring barring injuries. I mean, I've seen people saying you lose Kudos, you lose him, you're going to be in trouble. And look, barring injuries, but I don't count injuries because there's no injuries at the minute, right? So we've got what's his name, Kulu coming back.
Yep, he should be back this year.
Yeah, he said he'd be back this year. I don't know about Madders, how far away.
No, Madders, it is miles.
All right. I just think if you're going to stamp your authority on that top 4, right, these are the games you've got to win. And I said that about Brighton, you need to win them games. But look, Brighton are a step above Wolves. Wolves are a bottom half team, as far as I'm concerned. Brighton are a top half team, but we did well to come back 2-2 there. I'm expecting a win against Wolves and stamp our authority, right? Every game that goes by, every one time you get them 3 points and you're standing in the top 4, more people start talking about you and are worried about you. And that's how I expect us to be this season. I don't expect us to lose many games to the lower clubs, Kate.
Yeah, look, I agree. I completely agree. Madison is looking at mid to late March. Barney, you're spot on. These are the games you just can't lose. And not only just can't lose, you've got to win. You've got to be picking 3 points up at home against the likes of Wolves. Interesting from Daniel Sinno, who says Unai Emery is seriously considering resigning from his position at Villa. That was from Demartio, which they're not a bad source from what I can tell. Villa are a funny team, Jimbo. They don't look... In my opinion, something's really going on in the background that we don't know about because they look a shadow of the team that they were last year. I don't know what your thoughts are.
My thoughts on Villa, right? Ever since I've known football, Villa have always been that kind of team. They do well for a few seasons and they really seem to go downhill.
Yeah.
And they've done it all through ever since I can remember, you know. And they're just doing it again. They've had a few good seasons now. They're going backwards again. But
I mean, I kind of get the feeling that Unai Emery's took them as far as he can, but then I kind of get the feeling that the board only want Villa to go so far. They're not prepared to go and make that next step to get Villa up there.
Like we did.
Yeah. I think, you know, they got to that level. They were in the Champions League and you look... Yeah, like we did when we got to the final, and you thought, right, they can really push on from here.
On now, yeah.
And now it seems that they've sold some good players, and I mean, Ollie Watkins looks a shadow of his former self. I know you're not particularly keen on him, but he was still putting in goals last year. But he looks, it looks like there's something wrong there.
I think a massive problem at Villa is their pay structure. It's massive. They spend 97% of their income on wages. I mean,
it's not sustainable.
It's not sustainable, is it? It's over time. It's going to catch up with you.
Yeah.
And I think that's a huge part. And I spoke to Frankie, our mate, who's a Villa, and he says that it's too much. It's going to catch up with you sooner or later. And then they couldn't spend a lot of money in the window because of that, all them rules and regulations, and it's caught up with them.
But you look at like Grealish, he's gone to Everton and he is flying. He looks like the Grealish we'll remember at Villa. Why didn't Villa go in for him and bring him home? It's baffling to me.
Maybe he didn't want to go back home. No,
well, maybe, but they didn't even go in for him.
Well, we don't know that, do we? It hasn't been said. You know, it might have been discussed and they didn't want him or he didn't want to go back there. But I don't think they could they buy him? They were kind of strapped for money.
No, but they could have loaned him, like Everton have. Everton have only loaned him. Anthony says, Villa have some great players. I really want to see what Rodgers can do at a better team. But other than him, Villa have an aging team. Yeah, I mean, they've still got the likes of John McGinn there. He seems to have been there forever. I mean, I'd quite like to see Rodgers at Spurs. And I think if their form continues, they're going to get a lot of their bigger players saying they want to move on. Big up, Nikos. Good to see you. Hope you are doing well. Love that picture of the Liverpool flag with Arteta dressed as a bridesmaid. Hilarious. But yeah, if I was a Villa fan, I would be very, very, very concerned as what's going on with my football club.
Frankie's despondent with it all.
Yeah.
I talked to him the other day about it, and but he said he expected it.
Yeah, I mean, I had them down.
He was saying that they're going to be in trouble this year.
On the terrace, we all had to do questions about this season, and I had them down as being flop of the year because I think people expect Villa to kick on, and I just had a feeling that they were going to go. And I think that's a lot, like I say, to do with the boards. They have the opportunity to push on, and they don't invest. And it must be really frustrating for Villa. I mean, it was only a few years ago they were fighting relegation. You know, they had a real chance to kick on and cement themselves in the top 6 at least, top 7. But it's very, very peculiar what's going on there. I don't know who they've got. Let me have a look who they've got at the weekend.
I mean, we had the same, Kate. It's the same as us when we got to the final of the Champions League and we all thought they'd back Poch and we'd kick on from there. And we didn't.
They are at home to Fulham, which isn't an easy game on Sunday afternoon.
Yeah.
A good game on Sunday. Newcastle at home to Arsenal. That should be a good game. That's at 4:30 on Sunday. We'll have to make sure we're back for that because I want to see that game. But yeah, just went off on a tangent there about Aston Villa, but I just look at it. I think it's such a shame. You can look at a few teams like that. Bournemouth, I mean, they're overachieving. You've got Brighton, you know, it's just taking that next step to try and get to that next level and consistently get to that next level.
I'm not sure Brighton will ever get there because they keep their good players, don't they, for a few seasons and sell them.
Yeah.
And I mean, their finances must be fantastic because they buy them for next to nothing and still always sell them at a great price. They're good players. So,
yeah, you're right. Nikos says they messed up overstretching their wage structure last season for players who aren't there now. They should have done everything to keep Asensio. Of course, they spent all that money on that guy they bought off Liverpool. Coutinho, is that right? Coutinho, yeah. As well. Anthony says Rodgers and Concert will leave next summer. Can see Concert going Newcastle and Rodgers going to Chelsea or Spurs. Yeah, I completely agree with. I think Rodgers will 1,000,000% be going.
Maybe that's what they need to weed some out and get some new players in and get their wage structure in order. I mean, when I saw that on TV that they were paying 97% of their money on wages, it's like, well, how do you sustain that? How do you survive?
Yeah. It isn't sustainable long term. It really isn't. You can end up going into administration with those sort of figures. It's ridiculous. Obviously, I don't know if we'll be doing a prediction show tomorrow because we're out, but we might be doing one. So
it would be nice to do one.
Yeah, in the evening.
Do an evening show tomorrow.
I'm just waiting for confirmation from Jess.
I'm sure
go on.
people would enjoy us doing an evening show.
Chelsea are at home to Brighton at 3:00 on Saturday. Potential for a banana skin for Chelsea there. Palace Liverpool is an interesting game because Palace haven't lost yet this season. That's not an easy game for Liverpool going to Crystal Palace when they haven't lost a single game this year.
You'd expect Liverpool to win, but if Palace got a draw, it wouldn't surprise you, would it?
No, you're right. Big up, Paul. No, it wouldn't surprise me at all. They're a funny team. Leeds, Bournemouth, Man City, Burnley, Forest, Sunderland. Yeah, the biggest game of the weekend. Obviously, is going to be the Sunday 4:30 game. Arsenal going up to St James's Park. Please.
Well, that's not the biggest game for the weekend for me. Is Spurs v Wolves.
Yeah, for us. But I mean, I can't see Arsenal going up to St James's Park and getting a win. Whether they get a draw, I don't know. We will have to wait and see as to what happens there.
Let me ask you a question. You just said you can't see Arsenal going up there and getting a win. So what do you expect to happen when we go up there in the cup?
I think we're lucky if we get a draw, and then it will go to penalties, and it could be anybody's. I don't think we go there and win. But it's like I've got PTSD from last 2 seasons. There's such an intimidating place to go.
You have to change your mindset. This goes for a lot of Spurs fans as well, right? Not all of them, so don't say I'm talking about all of you. Right, you've got to change your mindset. We're in a different phase of Spurs now. We've got Frank, different manager, right? A lot more strict, a lot more on the ball with tactics, with the training. Behind the scenes, seems to have got everything in order with the medical team, one-to-ones training. We've got better players come through the door this last window. So you've got to kind of change your mindset, right? And you've got to forget of the previous teams going up to Newcastle and losing. This is a different. We went away and played PSG and was a better team.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, Frank is a Barney, yes, sort of out Jimbo. It is. I mean, you watched Frank yesterday. He's a very good manager. The changes he made.
He's an excellent manager. He watches the whole game, right, and he's talking about it with his guys, his second in command, and third in command, and they're working things out on the pitch. What to change in the game, right? He used. One season with Brentford, he used 9 different formations.
I told you that.
Yeah, I know, but what I'm saying to you is, I know you did, and I've said it on stream. You educated me with that, but we've all got to change. Look, I've watched Tottenham for 50 odd years, 55, 56 years, right? And you get some managers, you have a lot of faith in them, and others come in. I was kind of in the middle with Ange. I had faith in him sometimes, and other times I'll be pulling my hair out. This guy, I don't worry, right? Now, I'm not saying we're going to go out and win every game and kick everyone's ass. It's not going to happen because it's football. But we will get a good account every time with this guy. Even against Bournemouth when we lost 1-0. We didn't play fantastic, right? We wasn't very good, but we still only lost 1-0. Can you imagine if that was last season, the way we were playing, right? We was 2-0 down against Brighton. We come back 2-2. Right? Can you imagine if that was last season, 2-0 down?
Yeah.
We're in a different phase now, and we're only at the beginning of it. We're going to get better and better as we go along with this manager. And when windows go by and we bring in more quality players, we'll become a lot tougher team, and we'll be up there constantly.
No, I hope you're right. I'm just looking at the odds for. Stop it. All these except this, except that. I'm just trying to find the odds for the Carabou Cup. The League Cup winner. Here we go. Liverpool are favourites at 4-1. Man City are second favourites at 5-1. I don't understand this odds checker thing. Arsenal 7s, Chelsea 8s. If I go to the next page, I don't understand. It all goes all funny. So I don't know what exactly our price is to win it, but look, we're in it. We could win it. Good morning, Matt, or afternoon. Hope you're well. Why do you think that Arsenal can't beat Newcastle? No. I know they can beat them. I just don't see them going up there and winning this weekend. Anyone can beat anyone on the day.
Look, you're putting Newcastle on this pedestal that they shouldn't be on.
No, I'm not. I'm not at all. I think we're better than Newcastle. However, I think Newcastle at home are a different animal. The same as Liverpool.
Much better team than Newcastle.
They are. And if it was Arsenal versus Newcastle at the Emirates, I would 100% say I think Arsenal will win. But I think going up to St James's Park, Newcastle will get at least a draw this weekend. It's only my
Don't you
opinion.
think?
Yeah.
Yeah. It wouldn't surprise me if it was a draw, but if I had to back one team to win that game, I would back Arsenal.
Yeah, I mean, I get it because they've got the best defence in the league. They've spent all that money. As Nikos says, phase one, give him 7. No, not that one. Phase one, give him 7 seasons and 1.1 billion. They've spent a fortune. They've bought in the likes of Zubamendi. They've bought in the likes of Eze and that guy at the back whose name I can't think begins with M. They should be going up there and beating them by far. But look what Nikos has said. Arsenal had 0 shots on target at St James's Park in 3 games. They'd be lucky to get a draw. They are a completely different animal at St James's Park.
And Nikos, what do you think with us going up there and playing them, Tottenham? Give me your opinion on that.
Yeah, let us know. On to Newcastle. I'm going 2-1 Arsenal win. It's a must-win game. Yeah, I will do my predictions, but I'm going to go for a draw tomorrow, Saturday for that one. But I think if someone said to me, you have to bet someone to win, I would probably go Newcastle.
Well, when is that game? Sunday?
Sunday at 4:30. So are you saying that it is the crowd what will lose Arsenal the game? No, I'm saying home advantage plays a massive part. There's certain stadiums you go to that are intimidating stadiums. Anfield's one, St James's Park is one. There's the Celtic and Rangers. Tottenham White Hart Lane used to be one. And I think St James's Park is one of the top ones in the Premier League. I think Newcastle on their day can beat anybody. And I just got a feeling that they get at least a draw. I don't know. It's not outlandish. It's not like Newcastle sitting bottom of the league.
Look, if Arsenal go up there and Arsenal lose, right, it wouldn't surprise me if Arsenal go up there and it's a draw. I wouldn't be surprised. And if Arsenal go up and win, I wouldn't be surprised. One of them games, it's a 50-50, can go either way. But if someone said to me, it's 50 quid, you've got to back one of these two to win, I would put me 50 quid on Arsenal.
Yeah, as Paul Rowland said, Rowland, I'm sorry if I said that wrong. We watched the Newcastle-Liverpool game. They had 10 men, and they were so unlucky not to walk away with the draw from that game. Newcastle, they were so unlucky, and some managers just outmanage. And Eddie Howe just seems, like they say, seems to have Arteta's number. Thomas Frank's got results up there before. If Arteta starts Eze when it and I can never say his name, in the number 10, I think we can win. If we play Zubi, Rice, Marino, we won't win. Arteta, he'll probably play for a draw. The London Stadium isn't one, no. There's more atmosphere on the moon there. Newcastle at home were very unlucky to lose to Liverpool. Yeah, this is what I mean. St James's Park is one of the hardest away days in Europe. I'm glad people are seeing what I'm trying to say.
I'm seeing what you're saying, but you're talking to me. You're talking, saying that it's like they're unbeatable there.
No, I'm not. I'm only saying at home they're a different animal. I've just said, Matt, the only hope I've got is that we get go there with no injuries, and if they've got no injuries either, I think we could get a draw and maybe win on pens. I don't see us going up there and winning. That's just me. And it's not because I think Newcastle are a better team than Spurs. I just think at home they're a different animal. I don't know how else to put it. It's nothing to do with, I think, the crowd are the ones playing. But look, this is exactly, I don't think it's disgusting the way they've done it. I wish Spurs had done it this way. Stick the away fans right up in the gods. That's how it should be. So that they get drowned out. Exactly. It's perfect. I think it's brilliant what they've done. Big up, Naomi. Hope you're well, my love. Matt, it's genius. It is genius what Newcastle have done. Put them right up in the corner, out the way, up in the gods. Newcastle fans are singing. No one can hear the away fans. You're not allowed to do that according to Premier League rules. Well, they got away with it for this long then? How have they got away with it?
What's think that? It's brilliant. Got away with what?
Well, apparently you're not allowed to put the fans up there like that, like they have.
It's
Yeah, your lot unfortunately didn't quite knock out Woolwich, But I'm glad you had a nice time, Naomi. We was cheering, obviously, for Port Vale. But, yeah, just couldn't do it. If Nikos win against Palace, if Liverpool win against Palace and Arsenal don't win, that fan base is going to go into meltdown, especially if the Cone Boys start Rice, Zubimendi and Marino. Yeah, I mean, am I right in thinking that if Liverpool win and Arsenal lose, there's 9 points difference already?
I'm not sure, Kate, but I can tell you saying, right, that Arsenal not winning the league this season. I'm convinced of that. You know, that is my opinion. But I would.
Liverpool are already 5 points clear, so it'd be 8 points.
Yeah, I just can't see anyone winning it but Liverpool. I mean, they're playing terrible and they've got maximum points.
They're not playing terrible.
Well, they're not playing anywhere. They're not playing terrible, but they're not playing anywhere near what they should be playing.
Yeah, I agree.
Games, and I'm thinking, how have they ever won that game with their last minute goal and all that? So imagine when they kick in.
Paul, people questioning me, you know, for my. But yes, I did. I got laughed at when I said that Man United would definitely beat Chelsea. Jim said he'd do anything for me in the bedroom. I'm still waiting for him to clean it.
He cleaned it yesterday.
Yeah, well, when it
didn't go unnoticed, darling.
When it gets dirty again, or not dirty, but when it needs cleaning, that's your job.
It only gets a bit dusty.
But obviously, if Arsenal don't get a win and we win, we go above Arsenal into second place. As well, Bournemouth could potentially go above Arsenal. It's early days. It's early days, but we will see. I'm a Geordie Kate, and I know how the fans are, but Eddie Howe has decisions given to them that other clubs don't get. Eddie Howe is able to go under the radar, whereas Arsenal and Spurs hit the headlines. Yeah,
that's a good point. That's a good point. But they will see. The thing is with Newcastle, they're going to start coming into the limelight more and more because of your owners, and it's you're going to buy better players as we go along. You know, as you go along.
Did you see that 100-1 for Arteta to be the next manager sacked?
I think that's shit.
I personally think the next manager to be sacked will be Graham Potter, and I think in his place will be Nuno Espirito Santo. That's what I'm predicting to happen. It could be as early as this weekend if West Ham don't get anything out of their game.
I mean, he's under pressure, Arteta. Imagine if he loses, right? If he loses, say, the next 6 games, he loses 3 of them.
Yeah.
It's going to be the fan base is going to be in an utter meltdown. I mean, I watched them. I watched some of the Arsenal fans the other day when did they lose or draw or a couple of weeks ago, and the fans were in meltdown, absolute meltdown.
West Ham on Monday night, Everton away. They're getting nothing from that game, in my opinion. West Ham away to Everton. I don't see them getting anything. Oh, please.
I can't. And it depends how long they keep Potter. The longer they keep Potter, the bigger the chance of them going down.
Please let them go down along with Forest. Oh, please let that happen. When will Ange get sacked? Well, it's the Greek connection. Who knows? They might give him more time. I mean, he got a draw last night. Apparently, the Forest fans, I've heard them on TalkSport this morning gushing about how they love the attacking front-footed football. It's all very well when you're winning. Let's wait and see when they start losing.
Look, I listened to the guy who was there for TalkSport, right, covering it. And he said their football was really good. They should have been 5-0 or 5-1 up at half time. So you can't blame Ange for that. If they're not putting the ball in the net, it's not Ange's fault. It's the players' fault. We had it here where they were creating chance after chance and not putting it away. You can't blame Ange you can't blame the manager for that. So he said their football was really, really good.
Yeah. Yeah, draw. Look, they were decent side, Real Betis. So it's not bad at all.
A draw was a decent result.
Forest were unlucky last night, to be fair. Didn't see any of it. Obviously, we was watching Spurs. So, but Saturday night, we've got the pre-match pump up at 6:30 on We Are Tottenham TV. And then straight after full time, we're on Chris Cowling's, me and you, Jimbo.
Oh, right.
So, Ange hasn't even been there 3 weeks. Batiste
No,
went
no,
1-0.
yeah. It's a bit early to be judging him, isn't it? Let's give him a bit of time.
Yeah, look, he started the season, excuse me, better than I expected, Thomas Frank. And yeah, Newcastle Spurs in the Carabou Cup is the best draw that came out. Let's be fair, it's the most interesting game. Big up Scott Hynam as well. Jimbo, anything else you want to discuss before we finish? I don't know if there's anything you want to talk about.
Go with the flow. Just talk whatever you want to talk about. I'll talk about.
Well, I am.
Mostly crap, I suppose.
Eh?
My chat's mostly crap.
Yeah, I've noticed. There's not really anything else. I mean, we've covered the cup, we've covered the league, we've chatted about all sorts. So I've got to be honest, I am absolutely starving. I've not eaten anything except a banana and it's 1:00. So I am very, very hungry. I'm just looking to see who is live because I was going to redirect someone, but don't look like there's anyone live apart from a certain channel that I'm not redirecting to. Blah, 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 blah. No, it's not really anyone to direct. See, normally Benji's there. But no, even Benny's not there. What do I do? I didn't see Forest or Spurs. I watched Celtic. They drew 1-1, but shocked they lost in the UCL playoff versus Kairat. They played away at Arsenal in last games. How did Spurs play? Look, it wasn't the best game. I'm not going to lie, but we did what we had to do. It was professional performance where we won 3-0. I don't think there's much else to say on it, really. Big up, Luke. Good to see you. That's the difference between the Arsenal fans and the Newcastle fans. They will back their club, win, lose or draw. However, some of our fans are not my type of fans who are abusive about the club. You get that in every single fan base, Lynn. You get that in every fan base. There's certain Arsenal fans that will slag off the club and the manager no matter what. Same with Spurs. It's fandom, I suppose. Football fandom. I did see that Saliba signing a new deal. Does he lack ambition?
No, not in my eyes, because I think as soon as Arteta goes, right, and they bring in, for me, a better manager than Arteta,
which isn't hard.
What?
I said which isn't hard.
I'm not an Arteta fan. I don't think he'd get them over the line on the big tournaments. I'm not saying he can't get them over the line on a domestic cup, because I think he can, right? But I think if it comes to the Premier League and the Champions League, I don't think he'd get them over the line. But they're a serious club for challenging for everything. They're not that far away, are they? But I don't think Arteta's the man to do it. And Arsenal fans will probably slaughter me for that, but I just don't think he is.
No, he's fraud. I mean, you only got to watch that Man City game. He set them up for he didn't set them up to win. It was such a cowardly performance, really. And I do think he's a coward. I don't think he's brave enough to win a big tournament. So I do agree with you, but I hope he stays there for a while more.
He went for it at City. He went for the win at City.
At the end, when they finally equalised, I don't think he set up the team at the start for the win. He didn't even start Eze. He's very, I don't know. I don't like his way of setting up teams. But I mean, I'm quite happy for him to stay because he's not winning anything, which is great. Big up Paige. Look, I am going to go. My neck's starting to hurt. This is why I'm doing my this as well. And I need to eat. I'm starving. We may be back tomorrow, but I can't tell you a time. So keep an eye out. Put your notification bell on, and then if we go live,
it won't be at the normal time. It'll be
later in the day.
But I think we should be back tomorrow. I think you don't miss, because it's Friday and we do the scores of the Premiership. So I think we should be doing one tomorrow, Kate.
Well, let's wait and see availabilities. So, but yeah, put your notification bell on, and then you'll know when we're live. Like the stream, please. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Please. Anything you want to add, Jimbo, before we finish?
No, just thanks to everyone for coming in and listening to our crap.
And today is actually the greatest day because I've got my Take That tickets for next June. Woohoo! Today this could be the greatest day of our lives. See, you get singing on here as well. Sim says I have my notification bell on, but only told when some of the streams are on, not all. Weird. Naughty YouTube. That's YouTube's fault. I wish I could do something about that, but I can't. I'll just smack their bum. What's the word? Not really, but something, whatever. What you say? Spank their bottoms. I don't know what the word is when you're not really doing it, but in your mind you're doing it. Oh, I don't know. See, I need to eat. My brain's gone. Hopefully see you guys tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your day. Oh, I love Take That. I've loved them for 35 years. Longer than I've loved Jimbo. My first love.
Yeah, but you love them more than me.
Yes, but don't tell Jimbo. No, darling. Of course I don't. Don't be ridiculous. What a ridiculous thing to say. So yeah, enjoy the rest of your day. And Jim, go on. You in the. Oh, hang on. Before we go, I just want to say massive thank you to the legend that is Moondog, who came with a hat trick of super chats.
You've just been asking questions.
I last saw him live when we had the meet and greet, which I think was the Odyssey, but I've seen him live 31 times. So yeah, I'm a little bit obsessed. Had a couple of meet and greets with him as well. So yeah. And
I just got to say because we had a meet and greet, right? And then the second time we had a meet and greet, I think they remembered someone and they didn't remember someone else. Who did they remember, Kate?
You can't see me. I'm hiding. Yeah, I've literally been. Mark Owen's been my dream love since I was.
It tells you met me.
12, 11. And when I met him for the second time, he went, "Oh, I remember you. You're the Tottenham fan." To Jim, didn't remember me. I only followed him for 30 years. Used to go to their hotels and all sorts back in the day. I know. Is it Sarah Branny? If it's Sarah Branny, I know her. I probably know her. I've got so many Take That friends on Facebook. It is ridiculous. But there's a few Sarahs, but Sarah Branny, I know, set up a big group for the circus next year. And it would be nice to go back to the circus because Jim and I did see the circus the first time round, and this time we're taking our son with us. So it will be very nice to relive. I do love a Take That concert. If you've never been to see them, but you quite like them, it's worth going to see them because they are so good.
Very, very well done. Yeah, I mean, they're excellent concerts, I have to admit.
Brad, there's a few Sarahs I know from London that are big fans, so it could be one of a few. But I would think we've probably had our paths have probably crossed. But enough about Take That. Maybe I'll set up a stream. Menopausal women, Take That and chocolate, I could call it. And we could just sit and talk about menopausal things, Take That and eat chocolate. It sounds quite good.
I wouldn't expect it to be too busy, darling.
Well, not with the people from here, but I reckon it would be bigger than this channel. Keep laughing. There's a lot of menopausal women out there. There's also a lot of women that like eating chocolate.
Yeah, but who the fuck wants to talk about it?
Well, no, but you don't sit here and go, "Oh, I'm menopausal. I'm feeling like I've got a headache." You just talk about getting older.
Oh,
see, now I've got my big fancy mic. I'm starting to feel I might branch out into other things. And you're not.
Bring wedding. Was it Wedding Bliss back? Was that
Wedding Bliss? Yeah, where we argue. Now look, that sounds like you'll do well with that channel. Now, see, thousands and thousands of menopausal women, thousands to take that fans, and everyone loves chocolate. But yeah, wedded bliss. We are going to bring that back, but we need to find something we disagree on.
I can find no disagree on with you, darling. Don't worry about that.
We need to sit down and sort out some topics. For instance, this is completely random, and it's not. Is Harry Kane a better striker than Teddy Sheringham was, or Berbatov? Whatever, but one where you side with one and I side with the other, so we can have it out on screen like we used to.
Before.
Yeah,
and you lost every week.
No, I didn't. You lost. The first episode was "Will Tottenham win the league?" and you lost massively, and I was right.
Who lost and who won?
Do you know what? I think I might actually do that channel, because then at least Jim won't be there. Welcome back, Jim.
I absolutely slaughtered you every single week.
You're such a liar. I'm going to set one up, Brad. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it without a shadow. I'm going to get rid of no balls, just bollocks, because we don't do that channel, and I'm going to change it to a take that channel and chat. But anyway, I digress. I'm still hungry. Jim, I'm going to let you end the show as only you can. Why are you laughing?
Yeah, you talk some bollocks sometimes. That bollocks. That would have been good for you, that one. You could have just sat on there to the camera, and then people go, yeah, that's the bird who speaks bollocks.
You could have been the no balls, and I could be the one with the bollocks. Oh yeah, take that and chocolate channel. What could be better than that? And she's good. Thank you for asking. She's good. Go on, Jimbo. Finish the show.
Well, look, we are European champions. So, but look, I just really believe under this manager we're going to go places. I want people to keep the faith. Let's not slaughter all our players. Like people slaughtering Porro for last night. He's been magnificent this season. And he wasn't bad last night. Had a bit of an off day. Let's get behind him. Next game, Wolves. I've got my prediction ready, which I'm going to back, and I will let you know that once I've backed it and we do our predictions. And let's get behind the lads. We're going to finish top 4. The quad is on until it's not on, and we will win some trophies this season. Come on, you fucking Spurs.
Giving opinions with no regret, smashing the top bins like in the Onion net. Talking the talk with Kate and Jim, and walking the walk, just listen in. The perfect match, Kate and Jim, getting at it. Kate and Jim are gonna smash it. Reviews, previews, opinions and laughter, mixing transfer news, it's what you're after. The perfect match, the perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. The perfect match, the perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. Jimbo always keeps a positive spin, while Kate's Mickey has a name dropping. Gets you out of the blue like Lenny stop robbing, or she's just flip-flopping. Hell, this place is popping. The perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. The perfect match. The perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match.